There's an uncomfortable irony, isn't there, in the name Studio Lambert, a company once praised for its glossy shows about authenticity, emotion and ordinary lives, Gogglebox, The Circle, The Traitors, but now finding itself enmired in stories about stress, burnout, bullying and the blurred lines between what's entertainment and what's exploitation. Take the latest row. Sid Siddiqui, the gentle patriarch of Gogglebox, signed off sick from his NHS job for a mental health reason, yet appeared weekly on television, chuckling alongside his sons. His doctor and employer have cleared it, saying the filming helps his recovery, but among NHS colleagues there's outrage. They say they're picking up the pieces while he's on full pay and laughing on screen. In other words, the image of cheerful relaxation has become a provocation. It's not just a moral question, it's about optics. When the NHS is collapsing under its own exhaustion, seeing one of its managers smiling under the warm glow of Channel 4's cameras feels to some like salt in the wound. And it comes just as Celebrity Traitors gets underway, another Studio Lambert juggernaut, where, in a moment already gone viral, Tom Daley was seen winking or looking sideways at someone off camera. Nothing wrong with that, but it captures the strange self-consciousness of these shows. Every look, gesture or hesitation becomes both performance and revelation. What's accidental becomes content. But behind all this shimmer lies a darker picture. Studio Lambert has been accused by former staff of running what one called the worst job I ever did. Accounts of inhumane working conditions, people screamed at for 12-hour stretches, and crews told to delete the NHS COVID app to avoid self-isolating, all to make sure Gogglebox was on air on a Friday night. It's the paradox of comfort television made in conditions of discomfort. The Broadcasting, Entertainment, Communications and Theatre Union, BECTU, says the problem isn't isolated, it's endemic. Their Unseen on Screen campaign reports that 93% of freelancers in the unscripted TV sector have experienced or witnessed bullying or harassment, and only 11% felt their cases were resolved. Most managers have never had formal training in how to handle people, and that's astonishing when you consider that is precisely what this industry sells for a living. It sells relatability. Bectu says Studio Lambert has been reluctant to meet with them directly about the bullying, which admittedly was a headline about 3 years ago, preferring to say through formal statements that welfare of its teams is of paramount importance, and Channel 4 meanwhile insists it's satisfied with Studio Lambert's response. But that's hardly reassurance when the same company is simultaneously accused of overworking crews, neglecting freelancers and fending off bad headlines about its contributors. One begins to wonder whether Gogglebox and The Traitors are metaphors for Studio Lambert itself. In Gogglebox, the audience sits watching where others react to television. In The Traitors, people are encouraged to manipulate, deceive and form alliances while pretending to care. Both depend on emotion and exhaustion, crying, suspicion, banter, breakdown. The formula is brilliant because it's human, but the price of mass-producing humanity seems to be the slow erosion of humanity behind the camera. Stephen Lambert himself is a veteran of controversy. He left RDF Media after the Queen trailer scandal, Queengate, a mis-edited clip that appeared to show Her Majesty storming out of a photo shoot. It cost him his job. And yet, remarkably, that moment of royal misrepresentation feels symbolic. Cutting and splicing for effect, shaping truth into drama, it's precisely what the unscripted TV industry now stands accused of doing to its own workforce. The contradiction at the heart of Studio Lambert is that its shows are built on authenticity, the laughter of families, the gasps of participants, contestants, yet they're produced under conditions that are anything but authentic to the ideals they sell. Gogglebox invites us to see ourselves as decent, funny, humane, but its production line, if these reports are accurate, treats workers like expendable content. Tom Daley's wink at the Celebrity Traitors launch may have been harmless, but symbolically it's the perfect Studio Lambert moment, a flash of charm masking something unseen. The industry loves this company because it delivers hits, and the moral questions are, well, they can be slightly brushed aside, can't they? It delivers hits, but at what human cost? The conversation about Sid Siddiqui and his NHS absence touches one corner of that broader question. Who gets to rest and who gets worked to the edge? Who is performing wellness and who is faking it to survive? The truth is, British reality television has built an empire out of the illusion of leisure. Gogglebox may be a show about sitting on a sofa, but for those behind the lens, it sounds like a treadmill. Until Channel 4 and Studio Lambert engage meaningfully with Bektu's demands and until the Digital Culture, Media and Sport, DCMS, until the DCMS Ministry and Ofsted get together and revise the rather superficial rules for looking after reality TV, the dissonance will only grow sharper. But now the reality is reality TV looks increasingly artificial, and perhaps as celebrity traitors airs with its lavish castles and its well-lit betrayals, the real drama is unfolding off-screen, in offices and editing suites just down the road from Soho Square, where loyalty and conscience are tested for real.